Hmm. Oh, here comes the bird. Finally. Birdmail. Such an improvement on snail mail. This is so slimy and slow, but this poor bird, though, he's going through a molt or something. But oh my, see what the package says. From Bernie to Eddie. P.S. Check out the pictures of my new puppies. Bernie never said anything about puppies. Oh, it sounds promising. Let's open the package and see if there's any coyotes in the kingdom anymore. See what we got here. Oh, do you want to see? Yes. Take a look. Oh my. Ooh, scary. Crazy lot of coyotes. He got this only days after he put out the trail cow. What's that you say? Huh? Oh, yes. You want Pappy Winkle to finish his story. Well, he's in by the stove again, doing his favorite hobby. No, it's not hard. Art Pappy Winkle? No, he loves to sleep, you know. That just all day, cutting the firewood, yes. I don't know what he dreams about in that old gray head of his, but he may be weak in body, but in his mind he's still very sharp. Sharp as a chainsaw, that man. Has a lot of wisdom to share for anybody who will just listen, who cares. Let me see if I can get him up. Okay, yes. Pappy, you awake? No? You're not awake yet? Oh! Oh, looks like you're awake now. What? Pappy, come on out here. Yes. Come on out here. We have guests again. They want you to finish your story. Yes. Why, the young'uns are back. You wanted to hear more of the story. Well, now, where was I? Oh yes, they'd killed the old bearded dragon. Everyone was sure a new prosperity, new era of prosperity had arrived. They were ecstatic. But great hunting parties turned their attention to the bars, and then the wolves, and then the coyotes. When they shot the last coyote, the land was quiet. No howling at night. Just the ho, ho, ho of the hoop owl up in a tree. Maybe a cricket or two in the grass. Now, when the last coyote was shot, fair maidens and children could roam anywhere with nary a fear or concern. Life was carefree and good until a farmer came to report to the king that he had a devastating loss on his farm. But no, not the dragons. They didn't come back and kill his cows. Not the bars neither. Not the bars. It was the jackrabbits. They had eaten every last piece of corn, right down to the dirt. Then another farmer, and another farmer, all with the same report. The jackrabbits had grown plentiful. In fact, there'd be no wheat crop, no corn crop, no oat crop. There was a great famine looming on the horizon. So the king got involved, called all able-bodied men to the castle grounds for a great rabbit hunt. It sure looked like it wasn't quite the great hunts that they had in the old days for the dragons. There was a few thought it sounded a bit funny to say great rabbit hunt, but there were thousands and thousands of rabbits, and the hunting party took out hundreds. But that left the country with a few thousand rabbits. The winter, it proved to be a snowy one and a hungry one. Even the king was down to a turnip or two come springtime. Everybody made it, but not by much. By the skin of their teeth. Following spring, there was just as many rabbits as before the hunt. They ate everything green below the knee for miles and miles. Even the rabbits grew thin and hungry, sick. Now, this was before the rabbit wars. Believe it or not, it was much harder to fight the rabbits than it was the dragons. Less dramatic, to be sure, but longer, more deadly to us. What's that thing you're... Edwardo, what's that thing you're always saying about everything?
Everything is everything. When you hurt anything, you hurt everything.
True. So we killed off the predators. It had a big impact on the prey. And it turned out that had a big impact on the plants. And then it had a big impact on us, our children. Well, really all of our world.
Did you guys bring me any show and tell items today? You did? It's an article that reminded you of Pappy Winkle story? Well, let's see it. Oh, Choosing Life Over Death by rancher Walt Davis. That looks good. Here, Pappy, why don't you read it while I draw the hawk from Bernie's trail cam?
Usual, let's start with the big basic shapes. We want him to be a little left of center, and I'm going to draw a line to show the overall angle that I want him to be at. It's about like this, and we have sort of this kind of oval, just getting the biggest, most basic shape idea right now. We're going to put a little line with the angle of his neck, and then kind of the angle that his stare or look is going to be out this way. On here we add the neck and sort of the chest area like this. The head is going to be kind of an ovalish like this, a circle, and then the beak coming out this way, very sharp, a little different than that. But now we come down here onto the underbelly, down in this area. The legs come off about the middle here, but at this slant, like this.
Okay, we have this article here. Let's read a little bit of this for you, boys. Anybody who could prove that they killed a lion or a bobcat in Nolan County would get $250, which was 2 months' wages back then. We got rid of them. We didn't have any predators. What we did have was jackrabbits and pack rabbits by the millions. There was nothing for the goat or cattle. The rabbits had eaten it all. We better be careful what we wish for. There are no silver bullets with nature. When you kill too many of the predators, then you have to take over the role of the predator, which is labor intensive. You know, this is so true. This chap, he knows what he's talking about. You might want to think twice before you start a game of pickup sticks with nature. That's right, yeah.
Thanks for that story, Pappy. That was very good, very nice, yes. Right now I'm just refining the basic shapes on the hawk, just coming in and just touching things up to make it more accurate. Now, speaking of accuracy, right now while you're learning, it's just fine to draw off of other people's drawings or to look at my drawing and learn how I do it. But over the years, as you get better, you'll probably want to look at real life or from pictures. Do you know why? Well, that reason is because every artist, no matter how good, they make mistakes. Nature's perfect, but what we draw is always imperfect. And so if you're always copying somebody else's copy, which is a copy of a copy, the mistakes get magnified. So it's important to always go back to the original nature, creation, to find the perfection. So note, I'm not just drawing this out of my head. I'm looking at the picture of the hawk from Bernie's trail cam, and that makes it so much better than me just trying to draw from memory. If I could give you one piece of advice, it's to draw from a picture. Don't draw from your head, because you know, we've all read books, but can you recite that book, even a page or a paragraph? Well, no, we don't remember that well. And so when you're drawing, you know what a cat looks like, or a hawk, but is it a red-tailed hawk or an eagle or an osprey or some other type. You don't know. So work off of a picture, and your work will be so much better. Okay, so I'm getting ready to add the shading, blending, and detail. I could spend forever trying to figure out these feathers. They're detailed, very complex, but generally it's best to just give the general idea, even within your details, and then let the mind kind of fill in the rest. We just don't have this type of perfection in our art where we can really nail each feather in each location. Now we could try, but it would be exceedingly difficult. So again, sometimes less is more.